Okay, mark it the Wicked Edge Expert Corner Group, and we're getting ready to use 800 grit, and I'm going to slide it on here and put the top stone stop. I'm going to raise the bottom stop because I'm switching to another stone, and I put the center fret at the knife edge. Just eyeballing it. It's not that critical, but the reading here and the same reading here will differ just a little bit. So whatever you do, do it the same way. If you want to do it down below, do it down below all the time. If you want to do it this way, do it this way all the time. Don't be changing how you do things because that introduces inconsistencies in your readings. Okay, I'm trying to get this to balance. Here we go, and I'm at 13.85, so I'm going to come out here a little wider. We're looking for 14, and I went way past it. Now I'm past it the other way. $13.8. Come on, baby. 82. 83. Up. Okay. Hence, micro adjusters. 1409. I'm having there we 1408. I'm having a heck of a time losing 2/100ths of a degree. I'm at 1407 and I want to get closer. Okay. $13.99. Too much. Then the top stop is in the center, and there we go. This one again, we're doing 800 grit. I'm gonna bring this up real quick. It should be close. And the honest, it was off 0.15 degree. That's close enough. I choose to get it closer because that's how close I choose to work. That's the level of closeness that I choose to put on myself. This one is at 14.20, so it's off about the same. And I went past it. 1389. Again, choosing to work. $14.03. I'm choosing to work at this level of precision just because that's how I choose to work. It may or may not make for a better edge to work at that level of precision. I don't know. Okay, enough of that. 800, we're set. 800, we're set. We're putting the finger guard safety shields on, and I'm going to start to scrub. It doesn't matter right or left. I think the last one I started on the other side. One more thing we have to do for our organization skills, come out here, and this says 600, and now we're making that an 8. It says 800D, apply, and if it goes right to the scope, then you know you're saving it in the right place. So the scope is set up. So now we're ready to start again with the scrubbing. Right back to the scrubbing. That's my choice, my sharpening regimen that I choose to use is to refine the bevel at the set angle, each and every grit. And it's very quiet, and it's very fast, and very light. It's very smooth. And let's take a look-see. And it's getting, the scratches are getting finer and finer and finer. Blacker and blacker and blacker. That side I scrubbed real quick. It looks good for the first scrub. Let's look at the back side, and we'll looking to see, did we draw a burr? I don't see it. But I can see, when you work on one side, you can see there's a burr here on the tip. I can see right here that there is a burr from the first scrubbing. And it's noticeable here. Barely noticeable back there. So that was first side, then we're going to go to the second side. Everything is the same over and over again, you know, full flat purchase. Use your stone full length, work in line with the guide rod. Or don't work in line with the guide rod. If you choose not to, whatever you choose to do, use the bench vise and work with it to do it repetitively. If you want to put an angle to your scrubbing like that, have at it. Whatever you do, think about what you're doing and think to do it again on both sides. I'm feeling a burr on the right side from that scrubbing I did. Looks beautiful. And now let's continue the same. Here I can see this looks better than here. So we're going to go back and look at that again. This looks better than here. Here filled in. So let me look at that again and see. There we go. Now you can see how the color is blending. It's getting smoother and smoother and smoother. You can see a couple of the little crisscross things that are highlighted. There's oddball scratches. Here we get back up on the shoulder and looks good too. Here it's very matte looking instead of polished looking. Here's a little inclusion that's about, like I say, a pinpoint. Here's the tip, looks good. And that was one-sided scrubbing. Let's see. It is hard to hold the scope out here and get it balanced. Out here, it takes hours of practice to get it so that it is focused, that you can snap a picture that's worthwhile. So I've been playing with this a long time. Okay, that's that side. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to scrub on this side. I can see a burr here from the first left side scrubbing. Same thing, full flat contact. And I'm looking right on the back side. I can see exactly where the apex and the flat stone are contacting. And as I'm scrubbing, I'm flattening each section out as I pass by it to the next section. And when I scrub back and forth, it just levels out. That bevel plane. At least that's the plan. And that's the second side. And this looks beautiful. This is a very easy knife to sharpen. Beautiful. This knife is and the tip looks good. So you know the tip is the tip. And knife tips don't all look like that. Some of them look like this. Some of them stick up like this. And this is the knife tip and the knife edge is above it. So they don't look magnified like a stiletto point, like we would imagine. Okay, let me see where I'm at. I think I'm ready to start my and also the other thing is you notice how flat the shoulder is. The shoulder is parallel to the edge. Completely edge to shoulder, everything is in line. I am working the tip. Now, as you do this, you have to go back and forth because the guide rods are tall enough to collide above the knife. So there is a this. Otherwise, they do collide. They get, and I have longer guide rods still, and they do get gangly working with them, and you have to get used to swinging them out around the other when you're working alternating side And here is the tip. There's a little bit of extra scratches I see. I'm going to look to refine, but this looks pretty good. It's very sharp. Yeah, it's very sharp. Yeah, a little more, and then we're going to go on to 1,000. We're going to speed this up. I'm sliding the stones up to the top stone stop. I'm setting the stone on the edge, getting that full flat purchase, and then pulling it down while it's in contact all the way to the bottom stop. Up to the top, full contact, down to the bottom. Up to the top, full contact. As I walk one behind the other. In a manner that's overlapping. One behind the other, overlapping in my strokes. I think we're ready to call this one quits. And the tip looks good. Okay, I need to go through here real quick and tip behind it. Nope. Okay, picture snapped. I'm going through here now and I'm saving my photos because what happens is I get busy with my sharpening and I look at the pictures as I inspect it, but I don't at times think about it to take the time to snap the pictures. I inspect it, but I don't record them. I can see here that there is let me come back here. There's a bit of a burr. Still sitting right here at the heel. There's where this is these sideways things here. That's from wiping the edge sideways. There's a little bit of this scratch here too. There's a little bit of stone dust on the towel. And it will scratch your bevel, so that's why I try to wipe in the upward direction. When I wipe, I try to pick a clean spot and wipe in the upward direction. So I'm going to come back here real quick. And work the heel some more up and back, alternating, and then blend it in, working forward. Let's take a look again real quick and see if we lost that burr. Yes. Yes, now it's totally exposed. And then we're going to go to 1000 grit. Same thing, stop up. Q. Every once in a while I throw it on there just to make sure. And this one says 14.15. The other side of the stone said 13.85. So I am going back. Apparently the stones are within about 1/10, but they're not as flat on both sides of that paddle as you would like them to be. So I adjusted it one way for one grit, then went and adjusted it back the other way for the second grit. So it tells me that if I went this way then that way, that there's something that was a little off. Not enough to matter, it's only 15 1,000ths, or excuse me, 15 100ths. But enough to tell me that there's something there that I saw. $13.98. That one's ready to use. 1000, okay, and I'm going to start scrubbing on this side. Whoops. $1,000. Apply. Stayed on the screen. We got a picture so we know we're saving to the 1000 grit. If you notice, it's getting quieter and quieter. Smoother and smoother. And there's our quick scrub, 1000 grit, and getting finer and finer and finer, and I can see the white line at the top telling me that there's might be a burr on the other side. Here's the heel, nice and smooth, forward of the heel. There's a little defect in the edge. That will probably work its way out. Here I didn't work the tip as much as I did the heel. Let's look at that again. This curry stuff that looks like wheat, that's from when I just wiped it. I scratched it. Looks good now. The edge looks good. Now we're gonna 1000 grit, make sure my stop isn't down. Okay. I'm making a full flat purchase. I'm pushing against the safety shields to keep it flat against the bevel. Just lightly, but it's some of this action with the fingers. And I can see the dust rolling over. Again, that's from wiping. That looks good. That little right here, that's like a pinpoint. You would never notice that. That looks pretty good. The edge looks good. There's a slight burr. I don't know if you can see the black dust on my fingers. It's just, if you see where the stone lays flat on the apex as you're scrubbing, you can see the black dust just piling up right there where the stone and the edge are contacting. Because we're polishing with that 1000 grit stone going up and down. And at the same time it's drawn a small burr on the opposite side. That looks very nice. You can see how shiny it's getting too. Very nice. 1000 grit scrubbing. I'm going to come to the other side. I can feel a slight burr. I'm going to scrub again real quick. Looking at the powder falling on my fingertips. I can see just a barely. Let's check this out. I think we're ready to do our alternate side edge leading. Everything looks pretty. 1000, 1000. Coming back and working forward. And I'm trying to pull straight down. Just because it's the easiest way to do it, is just to slide down the guide rods and rotate with it. Thousand grit, and look at that a little closer. I'm seeing something there that I'm not sure what I'm seeing. Now it's gone. Okay, so now we're going to get our pictures. That's the heel. Everything looks all lined up and pretty and flat, no burrs. There's just a little teeny dent on the very end of the tip, which I will not remove the other steel around it in order to remove the little dent. May as well let the dent stay there. You don't even notice it. The only reason you see it is because we're looking at it with a high-powered digital microscope. Otherwise, you would never see how this tip here is a little misshaped. I'm going to go real quick and then we're going to stop. This is real smooth, so you have to be careful because there's a tendency when you go fast, these fine stones like the 1000 grit, you can almost bounce off of the edge because the edge is getting that refined. So I go slow so that as I'm pulling down, I'm keeping in contact and not bouncing. Okay, so that's the 1000. We're going to take a quick wipe and a quick look. And then next is the 1500, and we'll go to another video for that one. And real quick, here's a thin strip. Let's see if we can split it. Nope, I got off the side. It's sharp. Not sharp enough to split a little thin, but it's sharp. Okay, I'm going to stop here and we're going to go on to 1500 grit.